This is a traffic jam.
It's that in the third.
Traffic jam.
Doing this, that in the third. It's that in the third. Doing this, that in the third. It's that in the third.
And now, moving on to entertainment. So, Miss Rici, what's topping off our entertainment segment this week?
So, I had the pleasure of catching up on all the episodes of BMF.
I didn't know where you was going with that, bro. The way you just, I had the pleasure. I'm like, what the fuck type of shit is this? BMF. All right, so first of all, welcome. Can we slow clap Rici in? Welcome. And what are your thoughts, your feedback, your reviews?
First of all, okay, I'm impressed. Okay, I like those kind of movies, series. That's my thing, right?
Well, okay, those kind of. What do you mean, like
about,
gangster shits or like shits that was like part of our childhood? What?
Both. To know that it was right,
Based on true story
but
or somewhat true events.
Black gangster, and I hate to say that, but just how. Like, we are so corporate minded in the streets.
Yeah, from the block to the boardroom type shit.
Yeah, and how this particular show and these group of guys, one, thought bigger. Yeah. Right? And that's my thing. Like, if you're going to do it, like, let's be the king of this shit.
Be the best at it. That's why I say, like, be the mic of your lane. Be the mic of your arena, bro. Find your arena and be the goat of it.
Don't just be on the fucking corner.
Yeah.
Like, aspire to be the one who is telling the motherfuckers to get on the corner.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Have your name on the corner. Have the corner named after you, goddamn.
Goals. But, so I just was really like, damn. And then it hit me like, oh, this is Big Meech, Larry Hoover, like the song.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they call me Big Meech. Larry Hoover. They glorify that shit, and we, chant it and recite it, but we don't really know the backstory and the
especially not of him. I didn't at all. I had never.
But you've heard the name.
Yeah, I've heard the name, and so then to find out that that's real life, Lil Meech.
Lil Meech.
Lil Meech.
This motherfucker hates light-skinned niggas, loves light-skinned celebrities. This is my thing.
He's not light-skinned.
He's not dark-skinned.
He's like my complexion. Maybe a little darker.
You said you were light-skinned as a child. Nevertheless, I digress. Listen, I really like the fact that, one, they had a father figure growing up. And I know this is based on true events. Two-parent household, right? I like the fact that it was that tension between who's the man of the house. I like how he showed that old-school Detroit Ford Motor Company
small
values, but you know what I'm saying? But then when he was able to try to finesse a settlement, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody be out here trying to finesse, but it's like, if it's not my idea or my version of what is acceptable finessing, I'm totally against that shit. It's immoral and all that shit.
So the dad for me,
I like that dynamic between them.
And I like him. He's been in a lot of different roles as that dad.
Yeah.
He's with a white woman. I just want to throw that in.
In the bathtub, I seen that little meme. They said he spent all Terry money on anything. You seen that meme?
Yeah.
That's his actual.
Yeah.
Is that his podcast?
I don't know. But look, let me not get sidetracked. So what really annoyed me about the dad was the pridefulness.
Oh yeah.
Nigga, you were gonna lose your house.
Yeah.
Where were you
and your
going
wife.
to stay?
Your wife was finna leave.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? It's your son. And the way they was acting, because we was catching up on it, it was like, is he the dad of all of the kids? Because he sure don't act like it.
Yeah.
It like he had an issue with
he
this
act like
one.
that's not his son.
But I understand why, because the mom, that was her first. That was her heart.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like,
my baby's going to Hillman.
When he was like, it's me, nigga, bye.
Right.
See you later.
Now the question was asked.
I'm not.
And then he couldn't even get the key from this nigga. Not only can you leave, but he has full access to this bitch. Because he's obviously the man of the house. But I was having an interesting conversation earlier this week, and it kind of put things into perspective in terms of what you're talking about. When you really break it down, and let's say this was taking place in the early 80s, mid-80s, whatever. Yeah. So when you really break it down, and you think about the adults of that era, and you think about the way that they reared their children and ruled with an iron fist. Yeah. But then you fast forward to today, when's the last time you beat the boys? Can't remember ever doing so. You know what I'm saying? We are more emotionally intelligent. We're more.
The kids are more
kids are more apt to know what the fuck to do if they get a spanking or a whooping
Yeah.
or punishment without the parent. But the adults and the parents and the community leaders back then were closer to slavery than we even give them credit for.
Yeah.
And if you imagine coming out of that, being second generation removed from slavery, of course you're ruling with the iron fist. Of course you're my way or the highway. And now, you know, we're 5 generations or 4 generations out of that shit, and we're a little bit more empathetic, understanding, and patient. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I didn't think about that. He was just getting on my goddamn
I'm
nerve.
sure that nigga's grandfather was a slave. Big Meech's dad's dad was a slave.
Or just the whole white man with that foot on their neck.
Yeah,
So I get that.
Yeah.
But I just love, obviously, the brother camaraderie, right? And how each brother they were very different.
Oh, extremely different.
But how T was able to establish that relationship with old girl because he was different. Not everybody wanted to deal with Meech because he was flashy.
Flashy? What you mean, baby?
You know, so he reminds me of.
Turned down for this.
I dated somebody that was similar to
Super
that.
flashy.
Super, talking about lime green leather suit.
Yeah.
Like,
on some mellow ball shit.
Why are we?
LaMelo, though, he'll have a lime green suit with a matching Lambo truck. Like, that shit is kind of like, but, you know what I'm saying? I just say, you know, I like the way that the story is written. I'm trying to get into this writing space, man, and I would love to be a writer on a show like that. But I love the way the shit is written. I love the way it's acted out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I love the storyline and the fact that you really don't know what's true and what's embellished. I love the Lamar character. He reminds me of like the reincarnation or the 2.0 Omar. And it's Lamar, you know what I'm saying? So that shit is dope.
He gets on my fucking nerves.
That nigga's a monster.
Pop his ass.
You know what I'm saying? And just the little two-faced little chick, you know what I'm saying? The young bull, the sidekick, like all these different characters, man, are just dope to me.
Remember a couple episodes ago when I was saying somebody called on the radio that were being portrayed in BMF and they said
bet
don't.
not.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that person.
Right.
I was thinking, like, I wonder if it was Lamar.
Right. But they portrayed him, so I would assume not. But because I would assume if a nigga called in and made that, it had already did. So why wouldn't that conversation have been, man, these niggas bet not continue to portray me, or these niggas finna answer? Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one thing to be like, man, if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. It's another thing to say, you just hit me, and now I'm telling you, hey, don't hit me again. Like, nigga, I hit you already. Get your lick back or shut the fuck up talking about it.
Yeah, but it's a good show. It's got, you know, a lot of great actors in it. I really, really like it. Like,
Yeah. It's crazy, though, because I think it's on Prime. You watch it on Prime, or what you watch it on?
No, I watched it on, Stars, I want to say.
Okay. Well, I think I watch it on Stars via Prime.
So that's how I have to watch
shit.
it now, because, you know, Thanksgiving, AT&T gave you all the cable channels. So
Oh,
I was
for
like,
real?
let me see what's on these channels.
Thanks for giving me that. But I say that because, like, if you pause it or if you just, you know, do the menu options and you see who's playing these characters, a lot of these motherfuckers are not American. Like, when you think of Franklin from Snowfall, he's British as fuck, you know what I'm saying? I think the nigga that's playing Terry is not from the States. The nigga that's playing Lamar is definitely a foreigner. Like, they have to learn English, embody the different lexicons,
Really?
and so that's what makes it even
Doper.
But then also, like, where are all the American-based I know a lot of people that act or aspire to act. Why aren't they getting these opportunities, or are they just better actors overseas?
I mean, honestly, I couldn't think outside of old boy who played in Paid in Full, who was Pat, who played Pat. The OG drug dealer who Meech and them was getting their stuff from in the beginning.
Oh, you talking about Ace. And his brother, the Wood brothers, because his brother's a detective. The nigga from the Tyler Perry movies. The bald head nigga.
Oh, yeah, that's his brother?
That's his brother.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's their first time co-starring together. Yeah.
So outside of them, honestly, I don't think about all of our black actors, young guys, right? And think about what's out. When I think about that, I think about all the shit on BET. I wouldn't want none of their asses in BMF.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want some real grimy.
Yeah.
You gonna really study this and become this.
Right.
And I just can't
The thespian. You're looking for a thespian. Because when you think about the nigga from Get Out, and then he was also in Black Panther, right? When you think about Franklin from Snowfall, when you think about rest in peace Chadwick Boseman, right? When you think about, well, you do got Denzel's son. We know he's American and he be killing it.
He do.
What about the dude that recently starred in Lovecraft Country and then Five Bloods and more recently
the last one. Yeah, he's good.
Harder They Fall.
Yeah, but look,
right, but then even Idris, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's way more foreign black male actors and probably actresses than local, man. That's a very interesting trend. I want to look into that more and see. But BMF is definitely a great series that you still have time to catch up on. Has it already finale'd, or is there more episodes? Because I know they be taking weeks off, just random.
Is that what it is? Because
they just be taking weeks off,
Episode 9 was supposed to come out on Sunday. It did not.
Nothing.
So you only have 3 left, 9, 10, and 11.
So
it's 11 episodes.
Okay.
Per season.
All right, so we'll keep y'all up to date on that. What else we got trending in the entertainment?
Okay, so did you see King Richard?
I definitely saw King Richard. I want to hear your take on it, and then I want to tell you what it reminds me of present day. Go ahead.
Okay. I love the movie.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to watch it again, even though it was 2 hours and 20 minutes. Y'all know how I am.
Lengthy. Lengthy.
But can't nothing stop a man with a plan.
Man with a plan.
And so this was what I was watching for too, because the article had came out after the movie came out about his other kids saying, well, he wasn't king to us,
Type
know.
shit.
So come to find out, in the movie, it kind of clarified it for me. He had kids from a previous marriage, right? When he got with Venus and Serena's mom, I think some of those girls aren't his either.
Correct. I think she had
either 2 or 3. Okay.
She had 3 kids, and then they had Venus and Serena together.
Yeah. And he says when we got together, something about we need to have more kids to execute this plan. Because for whatever reason,
gotta have a doctor,
his kids,
gotta have a lawyer, gotta have this, and 2 champions.
His kids was like, ain't can't do nothing with them. You know what I'm saying? So that made sense. Like, I get that. He needed
a reset.
Right, a reset. And that's why he calls Venus Junior.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I
thought that was dope. I liked that relationship he had with Venus. One of my other key takeaways, because I have twins, right, is you have to know your child.
Type shit.
And how to communicate to them to get them to understand what you're trying to get them to understand or do what you need them to do. He understood that Serena was stronger. Her will and everything, like she could handle more, right? So she could sit on the sideline and wait.
Right.
While we put Venus, like if he would have did it the other way around, that would have hurt Venus's confidence. Yeah. Right? She would have,
coward.
Yeah. And so he understood that, and just sometimes you got to understand who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Right? The person. Then another thing was.
Well, actually, to that point, I will say, even though the name of the movie is King Richard, every king has a queen, and while he was out there doing whatever he was doing with those professional trainers and finessing that whole shit, Mama was working with Serena. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a team effort in that regard, and she checked his ass on that shit too.
Hello,
like, nigga, I fixed her serve, nigga, that you fucked up.
Hello.
So one person don't know everything, but together we know hopefully twice as more.
And so they work together well as a unit, right? But it also shows, I hope, to parents who do push their kids and want their kids to become certain things, right? One, the kids were on board with the plan.
Type shit.
Okay? So it wasn't like you pushing basketball, you pushing tennis, swimming, whatever it is, and the kid is like, I really am only doing this because you want me to.
Mm-hmm. That vicarious living.
They enjoy
vicarious living lends itself to vicarious trauma.
Right. They actually enjoyed it, right? And then I think just him understanding that he wasn't gonna let no white man or nobody come in and rush the process.
Type shit. Gotta trust the process, not rush the process.
We're not just gonna put her in all these, we're not gonna wear her out. Y'all not gonna wear her out. We're gonna build her up, practice, and when the time is right, then we're gonna send her off to the world. Yeah. And so that was very good, because then sometimes parents, when these deals come the way, they be quick to jump on the first thing coming. If she would have took that $3 million offer
from Nike,
and she ended up getting $12 million, like, come on, you got to be patient.
With Reebok.
Yeah.
And then Serena ended up getting a bag off Nike. You know what I'm saying? And I think I told you before that Venus created her own clothing line called 11 that was sold at Stephen Berry, which you said you never heard of. But nevertheless, you have to do what's right for you, and everything that worked for somebody else might not work for you. So if this is their process and this is their path and this is their journey, and we're saying, nah, we're doing it this way, we're doing it a roundabout way. Who's to say that that way isn't best for you? Not saying it's better or worse than their path, but it's just a better fit for you. And the fact that he didn't back down, he had a plan, he had a vision, and he was able to stay on task with that vision, because it's like, if you don't know where you're going, you'll go anywhere.
And get distracted.
Type shit. So he's not falling for the banana in the tailpipe from none of these big name trainers and stuff like that. He's willing to fire your ass if you're not in alignment with his. Yeah, we're done. He said, man, I still fuck with you, but that part of our relationship and business interaction and partnership is over.
It's over.
And now he's leveraging them against each other and stuff like that. When he kept it a buck at that lunch meeting, where dude was like, oh, it's so amazing. So, what's so amazing about it? Because we black,
you knew
you
what
don't
he
expect
was saying.
this. Yeah. And then when that reporter was like, man, so why are you confident though? Like, how are you confident?
Hold
like,
on.
man, we're not doing
she
that.
Answered your
Type
question.
shit.
Yeah.
But
don't diminish her confidence by keep asking her why she's so confident.
Yeah. So I watched it on HBO Max, but I also took my son to go see it. And in the theater, man, I will admit, dog, that shit was an emotional roller coaster, dog. Like, seeing that nigga had to take his ass whooping in front of his kids was like, nigga, fight back, bro. But they would have killed that nigga.
But seeing old boy get popped.
Yeah, right before he was going to pop him, it's like, damn, God
was like, I got you.
God,
I got you.
That was God in the car. Immaculate aim, dog. That was Jesus of Nazareth with the thing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to King Richard. Shout out to just black male figures, fathers, leaders, businessmen. And what I was going to say is, it reminds me of current day LeVar Ball. Like, they thought he was crazy back then, Richard Williams, for doing whatever he doing and having signs and projecting and manifesting and things like that. And now you look at the 2.0 version of King Richard is King LeVar. Yeah. He got 2 out of his 3 boys in the league. Both of them actually having great fucking seasons, you know what I'm saying? And he's trying to get his 3rd son in the league. And when he does it, he gonna be the one that's like, man, but y'all called me a fool. Y'all called me crazy. Y'all kicked me off of ESPN talking about I was being fast and forward with Jalen Rose's wife. But look at me now, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thing, man. If you believe in your heart of hearts, I just put it like this: whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right.
Last thing on this is the second coach he went with that moved them to Orlando. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to see the bigger picture. He didn't get paid at all. Mm-hmm. He said, just give me 15% of all future earnings.
You know how much that calculates to now?
Millions.
Well over what his complex was probably worth back then, dog. Like, Venus and Serena are some of the highest grossing athletes ever. Not just black, not just female, not just tennis, ever,
and he got it on both of them.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he was, meeting the Pete Sampras of the world and the, what was my man name that's real potty mouth? John McEnroe. Mm-hmm. And he was saying they're going to remember having met you. Like, don't get starstruck when you sitting here in the presence of, a celebrity or greatness or, somebody that's up there where you aspire to be, because just how they said, man, who would you want to play like? I want motherfuckers to play like me. You know what I'm saying? What's your goal? I want to win more times than anybody ever has. Yeah. And they had those goals and they achieved and exceeded those goals, man. So shout out to the entire creative team and shout out to the actual Williams family for giving us a prime example of what black excellence looks like in real time.
Definitely. Okay, so
this shit, there's a lot of content out there on the entertainment side, man.
I know.
A lot of content.
So RIH to
who we lost now, man?
Virgil, the designer.
Oh, Virgil Abloh
from Louis Vuitton. Yeah, he was only 41.
Correct. He just celebrated a birthday in September, man.
And he was battling cancer for 2 years. He was diagnosed in 2019. That was just like really
sudden.
Yeah, you
really
didn't
unexpected.
Expect it.
The day after
like,
Thanksgiving. What are we talking about? I don't believe this.
Yeah.
What source is it? But can we slow clap the brother out? Now that's definitely an angel on earth and in heaven, so we're gonna give him the RIH, and we know where he went because he was just a good spirit, man. Now he influenced so many people, but how do you feel when you see somebody always, man, I got get this motherfucker, I should have gave him his flowers, I should have did this at the band, and then it kind of turns into a clout chasing campaign, it seems like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as much as motherfuckers were dick riding Virgil while he was here, and I'm not saying they wasn't, it's like, let's not play the game. More. So less is more. Like, how would he respond to your death?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
don't
how
think-
close you are.
Okay.
That's how close you are.
I don't think he would have been posting videos, pictures, text messages. I just don't think that he would be doing that at all. Like,
Man, I feel like a lot of people need to let that man rest as opposed to getting their likes
it's
and their
like,
engagements
okay,
up
you-
off of the
you
fact that
knew
they
him.
associated with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like
post a picture,
right.
RIH, RIP, whatever,
Type shit.
and then move on.
Right.
What else you got going with your day? Like,
And I'm saying that to say, like, man, as much as people mourn the way that they mourn, just think about how would he mourn you, and I think that shows
answers
you
the
your
question.
relationship with him, dog. And there's some people that he would be very sad if he lost him, he would shout him out who had it been. And there's other people it would be like, your name again? You know what I'm saying? Like, with all due respect.
or it'd be like, oh yeah, he was cool.
I remember.
Well,
Shorty.
let's we gotta get back.
Moving
and get
right
this
along,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
But I think people did that with DMX. People did that with not so much with Chadwick, because I didn't see a lot of people who had access to him.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But
exclusivity.
DMX was like really in the shits and what
Yeah.
and people pulling up pictures from 27 years ago, like, man, remember that one time I stepped on your shoe and you said, excuse me? And it's just like, bro, let that man rest. Let's be respectful. That's the same thing I was talking about last episode when a lady went live at Young Dolph's murder scene.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing to get these likes and to get we chasing clout to what end?
Yeah.
To what end? So rest in peace to the boy Virgil. And again, the things that he left behind will live on well after him. And that's what true legacy and iconic status is about. Not that, the contributions that he made to the culture will die with him, but they will live on. And there will be another Virgil or Virgil coming up soon, man. You know what I'm saying? Use that inspiration that he left within you and let that manifest in your respective lane or industry.
Okay, so then I watched the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And they inducted LL Cool J.
Okay. Uncle L.
He is 53 and he is still he rocked the whole stage. It had to be a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He had J-Lo perform with him, Eminem. It was one more person I can't remember.
He did that Proud is What You Have, baby girl. I'm what you have.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that joint.
Yeah,
Even though I don't know the words to it. But.
It was what somebody wanted you to do.
I mean, I didn't know the words, bro. I needed to know the boy part. I think I know J-Lo part.
Right.
I wasn't finna go out there like that, G. I can't do it. I wasn't ready.
But yeah, so he had all his kids there.
My bad, Bees.
His girls were there. It was real nice. And when he gave his speech, he really thanked the people who have continued to vote for him, because I guess he's been up for nomination
got passed
a few
over a couple times.
Yeah, and so he was really like, we here, my mate, and I'm really here.
Uncle L is an icon in and of itself. But that's the perfect example of what I'm saying. Like, man, celebrate him now. He may look young, but he's not.
No.
And he will one day no longer be with us.
Yeah.
So let's not wait to, be all retroactive with our love and appreciation for our cultural influences, man. Get that man his flowers, get that man his roses while he's still alive to smell them. So shout out to Uncle L.
And so then also Tina Turner got inducted again. So the first time she was inducted was with Ike and Tina.
Ah, yes.
I didn't know that. So this time it was Tina Turner
herself.
being inducted,
Yeah.
and she's 81.
And looking well.
Simply the best. Yeah.
Looking very good. Looking in her prime still. But didn't you tell me she was suing some celebrity impersonator for looking too much like her, or did I just see that posted?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I think it's a thing.
No.
We'll look it
I
up.
didn't say that.
Fake news here on this 7:30.
Okay, and so then Clarence Avant was also, he's a black guy in the industry.
That's the Black Godfather. He got the Netflix special. Old salt and pepper beard.
Yeah,
dark-skinned
I
dude.
didn't know.
There's a Netflix special about him, and it's entitled The Black Godfather, and it talks about how he is that nigger. He's more powerful than Obama was at his hype.
Oh, yeah. Definitely was. He was doing the thing before Obama.
That's what I'm saying. He is the guy.
And so basically he helped people with their contracts, with how they were moving in the business of the music industry.
Especially black people.
In the
Especially black
business.
people.
And he worked with Jay, like
Everybody
all the big
you know,
names, LL,
he's influenced and
like,
impacted. Every
everybody.
single person that you know as a celebrity, he has helped in some shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah,
Firsthand
and
or
so I
secondary.
had never heard of him until I was really watching that
Right.
when they inducted him, and so then come to find out, yesterday his wife was shot and killed during the
yeah.
home invasion.
Yeah, so I heard about that, and me and the guy were talking about it on the push-up call, and I actually heard through the grapevine, like, oh man, you know, maybe it's some retribution for some mob activity and action that he was probably involved with. Because, you know, if you got your tentacles in everything and every dealing, you're gonna deal with some scumbags, some criminals, some lowlives, and some motherfuckers that will kill your wife on a home invasion, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. But they were saying that there's a trend of people following elderly women in that area that they live in, like the Hollywood Hills or whatever, and like running up on them as they're putting their key in the lock and home invading them.
So this morning I saw, it wasn't TMZ, it was one of the Shade Room or something like that.
Right.
It was another person in Beverly Hills. Somebody ran up on the mom with her kid as the gates were opening. And I couldn't remember if she got shot or something, but I was like, damn, didn't I just read something yesterday?
Right.
So it might be.
Right.
That's what they doing out there.
I heard they ran up on some lady with a stroller trying to go into the crib and just, you know, boom, boom, boom. So y'all gotta watch your step, man, and get security or get mace or a knife or a gun, something.
And I mean, y'all should have drivers if that's going on at this point.
Speaking of which, and I hope I'm not stepping on your toes with this, but I just said knife, right? I heard that there was a nigga in Walmart in a wheelchair with a knife that got shot by the police. Like, because he had a knife. It's like, nigga.
He in a wheelchair.
How you gonna get me? Is he a knife thrower? Like, what the fuck threat does this nigga pose unless you run up on him? You know what I'm saying?
About that.
Yeah, I just heard about that this morning. I'm not sure where it actually happened, but apparently another black man has been killed by the police,
and
they're trying to justify it. Yeah, in a wheelchair, trying to justify it by saying, well, he had a knife. That's crazy to me,
That's
dog.
not funny. It's just that's
sad,
stupid it sounds.
right? It's ridiculous. That shit is ridiculous.
Okay. Oh, okay. So also because I watched Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, then I watched the Soul Train Awards.
Okay.
Right, and so Ashanti was given like the Lady of Soul award.
She keeps popping up on my
timeline.
On my just the
Explore
cover art, like Explore page for the. I don't know if it's a smart TV or it's probably for my smart TV, but it's just a big ass beautiful picture of Ashanti, and I'm like, what the fuck did she do recently? So she was handing out something.
She got the Lady of Soul award.
Oh, she received an award. Oh shit!
And then they honored Maxwell.
Ah, yes, I did see Maxwell with braids.
Actually but he took his hair down for the performance.
Type shit.
This is it. It was just a little bit bigger. So
Maxwell looked like the old Maxwell now.
Okay, so get this. Okay,
Maxwell.
When Maxwell talks, and this time, you know, typically when he talks, he's very like low and very, you know, monotone, and you know, thank you guys.
This nigga shy.
Right, that's how it seems. I don't know if it was because he made it through the pandemic or whatever.
This nigga's
he
loud
was
and
just
boisterous.
like, he was emotional. He like almost like
threw up.
No, cried.
Oh, this was a throw up sign.
Because he was like, he did like. He did one of those.
Not one of those. Not the Rittenhouse.
Which made me like,
what? Is he okay? Is he still with us?
No, is he still? What team is he on? It made me, you know, in the head.
Yeah, has he changed?
He was kind of like a, you know, like a.
Yeah.
It was.
But
I
ain't see her.
Right,
about that one.
I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna send it to you. So after he did that, then he performs. Oh, it's like a completely different fucking person.
Wow. He said, I'm all these niggas. I'm all these niggas.
Yeah,
okay.
and so, but he had took his braids down, so he had his hair.
Shaking my
dreads. He was doing his thing. So yeah, but I really wanted to shout out your people.
Hey, people. Who my people?
Husband and wife, Ryan Ali.
Oh yeah, Ryan Witt. Yeah, Ryan Witt. Definitely. I heard great things about. They were singing pretty much all of the vocal backgrounds for the Soul Train.
Because they were Maxwell. That's when you really saw them.
Okay.
And then they were also singing for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Crazy.
Everybody's numbers.
Yeah.
Everybody's numbers.
That's dope, man.
And
that's dope to see.
Most recently, Alicia Keys. Mm-hmm. Like I've been seeing y'all everywhere. So, and when I see y'all, I be like,
man, let's slow clap them in, G.
But look,
we gonna give y'all flowers. We're not gonna post weird ass pictures about having met y'all before either, G. We just want to say, man, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, keep doing your thing. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, whoever's around me, they're like, "Who are you talking about?"
Right.
I'm like, "Look, go back.
The
y'all
industry's
see
best
right
kept
there?
secret, dog. Right, they probably got platinum plaques that we don't even know about that they part of.
That y'all think Kindred, Family and Soul was something.
Right.
Y'all ain't heard nothing. Because
You ain't heard
this
none yet.
couple is off the chain.
Straight
so,
up.
congrats, y'all. Keep doing your thing.
We need to have y'all on the show, matter of fact, now that we know y'all back in the city.
So, also in entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our girl Rhianna.
Riri?
Yeah.
What she done did?
She's been named the national hero of Barbados.
Come on, man. More flowers to give. Can we slow clap
Yeah,
her?
definitely.
Please. I think Riri is a perfect example of, you know, creating your own lane and narrative, right? Because
Yeah.
you remember back in the day, she had that domestic dispute with Chris
Yeah.
Brown. But if you really think about it, them niggas wasn't even really 21 years old
They
yet.
wasn't.
So they was kids being kids. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's appropriate or domestic violence is cool or nothing like that. But she didn't let society box
Box
her
her.
in to being the poster child for women that overcome domestic
Yeah.
violence.
It
You
was
know what I'm
like
saying?
something happened. And the killing thing is, I don't want to throw a number, but maybe 1 in every 5,
Right.
has dealt with something.
Right.
Are you the poster child?
Right.
No, you just had a situation.
You had a moment.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to become a movement
Yeah.
necessarily. Y'all not finna use her for such. Now she done leveled up on y'all ass. She does music when the fuck she wants
Yeah.
to. She got Savage Vinci, which is doing like billions
But
annually.
you know what? I was on that
And that shit
last
sexy,
night.
bro. When a woman takes her shit off and reveals her titties that way, it does something to me, man. All this, nah, give me that. Big up, schmeek up, G. I swear to God. I said, is that Riri? Is that Riri? Goddamn.
You silly.
I'm just saying, man. Shout out to Riri. Shout out to ASAP, man. That nigga was supposed to have an album come out. Maybe he too busy eating that twat waffle or something, but his music ain't dropping. But they seem happy together. They
They do.
They
They
two
look so
fashionistas.
cute. Yeah.
Two little
Two
weirdos.
weirdos.
Exactly. And I say that with all due respect, man. I love them niggas.
Yeah, I do. I really like them. Like, she got up there so casually and so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
we love her.
So shout out to Barbados for recognizing greatness while they're still trying to be recognized. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and then one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to record a hit record, who would you call? You have 3 options. DJ Khaled, Timberland, or Diddy.
Real quick, I would say back in the day, definitely Diddy. He was the master of sampling even before Kanye. Currently, I would have to say DJ Khaled just because all his shit goes number 1. But anywhere along that continuum, I would have to say Timberland just because he has that signature sound that just goes hard in the paint. What say you?
I would say Timberland.
Timberland.
And I read the comments. Most people did say Timberland because they said if you chose Diddy, you wouldn't get paid.
You probably not on time. Not on
And
time.
he has a reputation for not giving you as much
Yeah.
because he got all these credits.
Yeah.
And DJ Khaled, I think it was just like,
Another one.
yeah,
Bites the
or it
dust.
might
Like,
have
it's
been
just
like
so-
real popish. He has
He
a
gonna
certain
yell over
sound.
you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, bruh, he's gonna be more on the record than you. Diddy will be getting paid more, and this nigga Khaled will get more clout off the goddamn
Right.
record and ain't never spit a bar. But Tim, just a nice even kill,
kill, yep.
and he gonna let you do what you do, and he gonna bless you with the opportunity to do it, man.
Yep.
But I think that about wraps us up for this week's segment of entertainment on this week's episode of This and the Third. Literally.
This was a traffic jam, traffic jam,
This, that, and the third.
traffic jam, traffic jam, traffic jam.
Doing this, that, and the third.